I will have to teach you how to be
Odysee on the cuck. I uploaded a video of 32 different laughs without smiling, and a lot of the comments were similar to this. You should kill yourself. The girls put the videos upon themselves. Odysee didn't ask the girls or beg them in any way to post photos of themselves. They're the ones that started the topic. Odysee isn't a creepy pedo. That comment has nothing to do with the video.
It's always great to start off a video where you have absolutely no context given for what you're talking about, because from that point forward you can automatically vet your audience into believing whatever the fuck you want them to. So let me go fuck up this parade for you and let everybody know, if they're living under a rock and don't already know, that Onion Boy, our old buddy, has been willingly utilizing pictures of underage girls in their underwear in a lot of his videos so that he can talk shit or praise their bodies, because normal adult human beings do this, for financial gain on his Odysee Speaks channel. And his rationalization for this is,
I'm a bluntly honest person who is commenting on images that people submitted specifically to get my honest opinion on. So if I see someone who looks like they have a body that is similar to Shrek's wife or Shrek himself, then I'm going to say, hey, that body looks like this. And the reason I'm bluntly honest like that is because if I wasn't bluntly honest, even when negative issues came up, then how could people trust me when I'm talking about positive issues? If you're an honest person, you don't cherry pick honesty.
fucking amazing! That's what a grown-up 31-year-old married father of two who also has a girl who's still in her teens to fuck on the side does? What? But really, Grunkles, I mean, what's got your jimmies in a rustle here? I mean, what's the real issue at hand?
Moron article writers who assume every other person they encounter is a pedophile.
Somebody wrote a negative article on you. Well, okay, what was the article called?
The YouTuber Odysee runs creepy forum where young teenage girls post photos in their underwear.
Interesting, I see. I mean, aside from the fact that it's some shit about right to a T, I wonder where they would have gotten that impression. I mean, it's just impossible for somebody to have come to that conclusion.
What age does Greg think you are? Topic started by one of you on Odysee.xyz. We're gonna find out if I can successfully guess if you're of age or not, to once again demonstrate how complicated age of consent is.
Sarcasm aside, it's not like the first fucking image in this wall of creepy thumbnails is totally you doing that. No. Of course, it's totally none of my business.
As here, Odysee tells the girls that they should lose or gain weight as part of helping them attain what he says is the ideal body type so they can feel good about themselves.
And how do you accomplish this, Yes, it's nighttime now. It's almost like I edited this video at two completely different times of the day, and shot it at two completely different times of the day.
Ew, it's my fugly ass body, LMAO. I'm 5'6" and I currently weigh 215 pounds, so obviously I'm pretty fat. Yes, you are fat, which is part of the reason why I censored out your face. Self-conscious and I feel like I'm too fat to be pretty, but even if I lose weight, I'm not happy with myself. I'm not joking when I say this. Institutionalized yourself. Your legs are so goddamn skinny, it's disturbing.
You know, after a while, a person might reasonably construe that sounds more like you just tearing people apart because you have some fetish for feeling superior to everybody else. Exactly what in the fuck is this supposed to do to help another person?
Helping them attain what he says is the ideal body type so they can feel good about themselves.
Oh yeah, feel good about themselves. Oh, and I'm sure that you totally didn't cherry pick a whole lot of examples from your own Twitter feed that made it look like this was really helpful.
This person says I hate how people speak of Odysee. He has helped me through so much, including my body dysmorphia. This person says I help them get confident with their body. I'd really like to thank Odysee for my recent times of darkness and hate from my mind and body. His videos have helped me. Happy birthday, man.
Holy fuck, you did! Oh my god, you did. You did. Never stop being you.
We're also talking about another ex who I started dating when she was 17.
I love how you conveniently forget that she was 17 years old when this happened.
What you have done to me is irreversible. You have destroyed any way for me to support myself. I have nothing. You have destroyed me.
Can you take a step back?
No.
I'm backed into a corner.
Oh, and you put her up to this?
Give me your hand.
I am.
And exploited this?
Shiloh and I lost our baby.
Because a look like that totally doesn't say, and I don't even give a shit. But wait, there's more. There's always more. He finished it all off with this.
She had sepsis. In the beginning, we were so happy. I loved you and you loved me. Or you said you did. Yeah, you said you did. I believed you did. We were gonna have a kid.
But we're supposed to ignore all of that shit.
Mom said I apparently have a thing for young girls. They say beware of what your kids are doing online. Oh my god.
Yeah, right? You know, it's just a big fucking joke. I mean, as this guy will tell you, nobody's kid out there has ever had a real reason to be worried about who they might be in contact with or talking to online. And parents that worry about that, parents like these people, they never had a reason to worry either, I bet.
In a way, what is shocking above all of this, too, is that you intervened. You thought there was somebody rogue visiting him.
Absolutely. Almost right from the start. I felt like there was something not quite right with this person that was running the server. He had an avatar that didn't look like a normal gaming sort of avatar.
And an avatar, for anyone who doesn't know, is a little sort of model person.
A picture of who they are.
And it was a model boy the same age, roughly as...
Yes, and many boys will have their own picture, but this was a boy who looked quite attractive, and he had a pink bow tie, and I just felt like that wasn't an avatar that boys playing games would actually have. So that alerted me at the beginning.
And you actually spoke to him?
I did. Because the boys were on the server, they were on TeamSpeak. It's a bit like a live Skype program. It's very interactive, and it's a lot of fun. It's really interesting. Breck always had an open door, and I would go in and listen, and I could hear what they were talking about. They were just starting to get a lot of humor between them, and I was quite enjoying it. It was starting to be a bit more intelligent humor compared to what you have when you're younger. And on the outset, it looked quite interesting because they were socializing. They were friends from Breck's school. They had invited them in, and these boys had been gaming and socializing for a while in this way.
But in the end, you managed to persuade Breck not to go on talking to him, but it went on in secret.
Well, I actually forbade Breck from talking to him. What happened was Breck's behavior changed, and he started to not follow sort of family rules, and his ideology was changing, and I could tell it was somebody, and I believed it to be Danes, was trying to change all of the things that we had lived as a family, and Danes was trying to say Breck shouldn't have to do any of those things.
And at this point, you engaged the police?
Yes, after I got so upset one day because I had just had enough with Danes trying to tell me how to raise my child, and he wouldn't show his face. I called the police on December 17th, 2 months before. I gave 30 minutes of information with his name, his alias, the fact that he had no pictures on any of his sites. He told very, very tall tales that were very unbelievable. He said he was 18, but I thought maybe he was older.
Did they refer you to CEOPS, the Child Protection Agency?
They didn't. I didn't actually hear about CEOPS until after Breck's death, and
That's absolutely unbelievable.
Yeah, I wished I had, contacted them, but
you
now
probably didn't know about them.
I didn't know about them, but now it seems like they're inundated as well.
Yeah, I mean, and that's part of the problem.
Yes.
Now, you're starting a foundation. What's the aim?
Yes. Well, it's the Breck Bednar Memorial Foundation. We've named it in his name because I feel I can't believe I've lost my gorgeous son. I have to find a way to help other people and other teenagers to understand the dangers of online predators. It's a very real danger. They may seem like your friends, they may have been gaming with your friends, but if these people won't show their face and, even online, it's a great, you should be highly suspicious. And when we were talking earlier, I loved your idea, as if someone online won't actually show their face, then that's it. You can't be friends if you won't show your true self. I did try to see Dane's
The trouble is you could block them, but he can unblock them. I mean, it's so difficult.
Danes was very controlling and manipulative with the boys, and Breck in particular, because I saw it and heard it firsthand. And for some reason, Breck was under his spell. Breck was impressed that he was going to learn more about technology. He had a passion for computing.
And this drive to make your foundation, is that getting you through what must be an absolutely ghastly...
It's been an absolutely horrible year, the worst nightmare a mom could ever have. But this is helping, and I hope it can help in the future. There's another element, too, is that we want to ensure that government agencies share information and communicate, because there's so many stories, once again, where there was, possibly things to look into, and they weren't looked into properly. So we need to work on that.
Well, Lauren Lefebvre, thank you very, very much for coming in.
Yeah, thank you.
Fuck you for downplaying that. The only part of this situation where I could find some sort of cathartic amusement comes from the fact that he's chastising this girl's parent for being concerned with her daughter potentially being exploited online in one of his videos, yet his own parent, this fucking thing known as Tammy Jane Jackson, has never expressed any outrage whatsoever towards her son engaging in these behaviors in the first place. In fact, she congratulates him for his YouTube escapades. Really? That's something that you want to be proud of your son for doing? It's alright. It's cool that you went and exploited the sensibilities of insecure young teenage girls online and made a fortune off it. That doesn't make you an asshole. That makes you, according to her tweet here, a gift to mankind. What the fucking fuck are you on? Seriously, I mean, what kind of a person are we really dealing with here?
When I first began doing massage, I started to realize that I would pick up feelings and emotions that my clients felt.
Oh.
I would be massaging a client, suddenly I'd feel horribly depressed, for example. And I'd be thinking these, oh, I'm so depressed thoughts. And then I might think, oh, I feel like killing myself.
Ugh. Not really running with a full deck of cards.
And then that thought did not mesh well with me because that's not how I felt. As soon as I thought those words, I knew there was something unusual going on.
My mom was once a masseuse. She actually once gave me a full body massage with lotion and everything. She massaged basically my entire body.
Ooh! Holy fucking shit!
Now, I know at this point, I've got skeptics. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. You can be skeptical. The whole thing about you feeling skeptical just means you haven't had a similar experience.
Lady, you are 150 shades of crazy. It's no wonder your kid turned out the way he did. You see nothing wrong in what he does. Therefore, you've raised him to see nothing wrong in what he does either. This is exactly what happens when you raise your kid to have no sense of remorse or fucking guilt or, I guess, feeling bad about doing anything wrong to people whatsoever because they don't think they can ever do anything wrong. Thanks! What a gift to mankind! We needed another one of these narcissistic fucks running around the planet.
Morons like you people go after individuals like me who are prime fucking targets, who people already fucking hate because I state my honest opinion on a regular basis about politics, about religion, about basically everything.
For all we know, women would literally be treated like cattle without feminists. Is this how you want to look? You want to be walking around the streets with only a little bit of skin showing? You really want to be treated like property? You want to be born into this world destined to be sold off to the highest bidder? Is that really what you fucking want? Because in our history is the overwhelming tendency for women to be oppressed. And when someone is oppressed, they need someone to stand up and say, this is fucking bullshit and it needs to change. It's very difficult to do that without feminists.
A lot of people can't handle the truth. They don't like my fucking opinion. So what do? They try to make shit up. Thank you to so many of the other assholes who watched my videos and didn't hear any of the shit I was saying and instead filled in their words in my mouth as if I was saying that shit. You ruined something that was helping a lot of young girls, a lot of grown-up women, a lot of people around the world. Thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands, I don't know. They've been seen by millions of people. Thank you for fucking up something that was helpful, something that was good, and something that was harmless.
You know what? It's time for a rant. The bullshit level has gotten way too high. It's actually moved the time and space continuum to the point it's daytime again. What the fuck? Alright, you are 31 years old. You've been on this website for over 10 years now, and you've been a content creator by that standard for too fucking long, making content to too specific of an audience and demographic to get away with that excuse. You know exactly who comprises your demographic. An overwhelming majority of insecure underage girls who idolize the fact that you're pretty with a bunch of beauty dish filters on your camera and editing tricks. And a small minority of adult women. Now, how can we know that's the truth about your demographic? Because guys like you don't appeal to grown fucking women. You're an eternal teenager who has a fetish for teenagers, who's appointed himself in the position of being arbiter of the ideal image of the insecure woman's body. Yeah, that's gonna get a girl wet. Oh wait, no, not really, unless you consider Death Valley in the heat of summer to be the wettest place on earth. Are you fucking kidding me? No 31-year-old married father of two is out there with a sensible, rational mind thinking, how can I turn a profit off exploiting the insecurities of young women? Except for you! You don't want people to think that this is a bad thing because you don't think that it's a bad thing. And that logic just falls on its ass, and it will always fall on its ass. It doesn't fucking work because people don't fucking work that way. Other people are not putting their words in your actions. Your actions are speaking volumes of themselves. Nobody's doing this shit but you. And it yet is our fault because we see a problem with this, that we're not just offended by it, we're just appalled that somebody who can have his own fucking kids is willing to exploit other people's fucking children for money? Fuck you! Oh, and by the way, what in the fuck is with whatever is going on in your house? You are a married father of two. You got a ring on your finger and so does your wife. So what in the fuck business do you have inviting another woman into that you can just make your wife feel all sorts of fucking jealous for and force her to be okay with, and later on take on having a 16-year-old girl named Sarah in your fucking house? I want to make a small little message here to this woman's mother, this Sarah girl's mother, okay? She actually had the temerity to be mad about other people being mad that she allowed her kid to move into these assholes' house. Really? Well, you know, the story that I understood was that her father kicked her the fuck out of the house, and you said, you know what, just get out of my hair and move in with these people. Oh, and I'm supposed to be the asshole here. You son of a bitch. Your kid is being set up right now, more than likely to be exploited by a 31-year-old pederast and his doormat of a wife. And people like myself that see your willingness to put your own child in that situation, we're the assholes? Fuck yourself, you wannabe Kardashian cool mom. Fuck yourself. Your whole generation of people suck. There are parents like you all over the place, and you're equally disgusting because you don't want to fucking take care of your goddamn kids. You keep them alive until they're teenagers, and by that point you think, well, they can take care of themselves and they can get the fuck out of my hair. Now I can go back to being the cool mom. You need to watch a movie called Flowers in the Attic. It usually sums up across the board people exactly like yourself. As for Onion, fuck you, straight in the ass with a white-hot fucking broom handle. You really deserve that over and over and over in life, because only people who are overcome with the most immense greed would think to themselves that it's a rational thing to take the insecurities and body image issues and just everything that's going on for young girls in their early teens and exploit it, making them feel terrible and yet better. In your eyes, it's better, but the reality of it is not. Just to turn a fucking profit for something as tacky as Google AdSense revenue. Oh my god. You would think that with a fucking narrative as transparent as this asshole's, it would be impossible for anyone to defend him. Yet, we always see people defending him. Well, you want to know why that is? Unbelievably, I understand it. I don't think it's right, and I do not agree with it, but I understand it. The reason for it is these are people that are new fans of his, and they don't want to look at this drama at anything other than a surface level. They don't want to read through the blogs. They barely want to watch any of these sort of videos. They don't want to look through the forums. They just don't want to look at the biblical back history of this guy's unbelievable bullshit, because that's just too much for them. All they see is their favorite YouTuber being lamented on by a bunch of pessimistic assholes like myself and many other people out there. And that's it. They see us as the enemy and him as the everlasting victim. And it's unfortunately gotten him quite the little sphere of protection. And yet now that that sphere of protection has been infiltrated, he has to sit there and say dumb shit like we're putting words in his actions. Nuh-uh. Sorry, never did it occur to me to exploit young people for money. Ever. Ever, cocksucker. Yeah, I was almost happy with you just being a crazy, benign vegan who thought he was a guru on everything because he thought he knew everything. And even I had to watch the decline of your mental state from this whatever the fuck it was you were to whatever the fuck it is you are now. You have become everything that I and others have ever accused you of being. And that terrifies the fuck out of me. It terrifies me, your ease of ability to squeeze your way out of accountability just because you can dress up your videos with filters and pretty language and pretend that you're just this big giant fucking victim. You're not a fucking victim. You're victimizing other people. You're taking what makes them feel shitty about themselves and making money off it. And then saying, I did it to help them. Really, fuckface? Because it kind of seems like you did it to help your fucking self. Your greedy, selfish piece of shit fucking self. You want to sit there and say that you're a good person while acting like some of these Christian ministers who have a giant fucking megachurch who every single goddamn Sunday sit there and reap the fucking earnings of their collection plate to go buy another goddamn jacuzzi for their fucking mansions and say that, oh, we're altruistic and we're doing a better good for humanity. Yeah, fuck you. And that's someone who laments his own father because his father is a Christian minister. Yeah, you know, last time I checked, your dad actually does some pretty decent charities for his local township. What the fuck do you do? Exploit women online because of their body image issues for money, yet he's the asshole. Oh yeah, sure. In closing, Onion, it would be nice if you were to delete all of your YouTube channels and move on to doing something more successful with your life than exploiting a bunch of young girls' insecurities for the tacky end of Google AdSense money. But the sad reality is, you have no other skills in life, so you're going to be doing this forever. And YouTube will have to put up with it, probably forever. Unless you get mysteriously party banned for no real reason, and you wind up locked in prison where you fucking belong. I mean, at least we won't have to deal with any more of these videos. The title of the video implies that, right?
Person wants to know if they're hot or not.
Fuck! I knew it. I shouldn't go fuck. I knew it. It's not like this guy can bother to be consistent from one fucking day to the next. Jesus Christ. Ugh. I would say don't ever change, but the thing is, I know he never can. So I don't even have to say it in the first place. Just go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself and just crawl in a hole and die somewhere, you worthless piece of human shit. As for the rest of you, am I going to return to this subject permanently after this video? No, I'm going to disappoint you. And I don't really care. I had to say all this. You know that I'm retired from this subject, but this was just too fucking much. Too fucking much. After a year of him cheating on his wife, forcing her to be okay with him doing it right in front of her.
So some time ago, my wife made a video about how she is bisexual. Later on, she made it clear she'd be interested in adding a third person to our relationship. And she did, in fact, add a third person to our relationship. In fact, after a while, we all wound up in bed together. Only once we got to a certain point in bed, my wife sat up and everything came to a screeching halt. She clearly indicated that she was not ready to go further than we already had. Both myself and the other person felt a bit rejected.
The girl she found was named Billy. My wife and Billy hit it off and I was very excited about it. So the three of us are laying in bed one day, and after some kissing and heavy touching, my wife gets cold feet. If there'd be no more boundaries, no more jealousy, and that I would do what I want.
And squeezing his way out of accountability by saying, oh, you're putting words in my mouth!
Filled in their words in my mouth.
Yeah, bullshit. Okay, I mean, it was just, this is just too much icing on the fucking cake. It looked too fucking insane for me to just sit back and have nothing to say about it. Thus, I said something about it. And I feel better for having done it. Who the fuck at 31 years old thinks to themselves, hey, I got a great idea to make some money. I'm going to go take some of the most sensitive things in the life of a developing teenager, fuck with it, and I'm going to make money off it. And you know what? I'm going to call everybody else an asshole for having a problem with it. Because I'm the wonder child that can't do anything wrong. God. Oh my God. Oh, it'd be funny if it wasn't that is, you know, just, if it wasn't so goddamn depressing. Anyway, I hope you guys had some entertainment out of this video. I hope you're having a wonderful holiday, whichever is your particular holiday, for whatever, you know, whatever the fuck you all individually are out there. I hope you have a safe one, and take it easy, guys, because this is the end of the video now. I'm some guy in the internet, and so are you. Take it easy, and rock the fuck on.
This is my vegetarian...